Hello all and welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Alrighty. There we go. I hope that you enjoyed last week, learning how to apply what we've been learning to actually getting active. I hope that you're able to do some of the exercises along with me, and I hope that that encouraged you along your journey. I know quite a few of you have been struggling with incorporating more exercise into your daily life due to things like arthritis, due to work restrictions. So I hope that some of the exercises that we went over could kind of ease that for you and show you that you don't have to be in a gym, you don't have to have expensive equipment, but you can still make sure that you're getting in a nice amount of exercise. Remember, our goal is to exercise for at least 150 minutes per week, and that ends up amounting to about 21 minutes a day. And if you want to be an overachiever, then you can go for at least 30 minutes a day. Alrighty. So the title of this week's session is Burn More Calories Than You Take In. So when you look at these pictures up here, you can kind of get clued in on that. So it looks like somebody's reading nutrition facts. Remember, we went through how to read nutrition labels. Here's a nice picture of a salad. And then here's a nice picture of a gentleman. It looks like he's lost some weight, so he has some space in his jeans. Alrighty, so the focus of this session is losing weight, and specifically how losing weight can help you to prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Remember that that's the whole focus of this program, trying to delay or prevent type 2 diabetes. So everything that we talk about is always going to be in that context of trying to delay or prevent type 2 diabetes. So during this session, we're going to talk about the link between calories and weight. Remember, we talked about calories. Again, calories are like the gas for your body, the gasoline for your body. Calories are the form of energy that your body uses up. We're also going to talk about how to track the calories that you take in, how to track the calories that you burn as well. So you're going to track what are you eating, and then you're going to track what are you working off. Okay? And then we're also going to talk about how to burn more calories than you take in. So that's basically like the ultimate math equation. How can you burn more calories than you're eating? When you start to burn more calories than you're eating, that's when you're going to start to see a nice amount of weight loss. So as I say every week, I know that there's like a lot of math. Each week there's like a different type of math, but don't feel frustrated. Don't get anxious about it. We'll do the math together. We'll walk you through it. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me directly, 929-324-0334, or you can call the Resource Center and Jolie can help to answer any questions that you have as well. And she can help you with doing any math or anything that's, that you feel you're struggling with. And as usual, we're gonna make an action plan. What are words without a plan? We always wanna be taking positive steps in the right direction. So tips for this session: to find out how many calories you burn, you need to know, number one, how much you weigh. Now, luckily in this program, you're weighing yourself each week. So that's a great little cheat code for that already. So you need to know how much you weigh, number one. Number two, you need to know your activity. Again, another cheat code. We've been tracking our activity for a few weeks now. So remember, we said that you can track it by writing on a piece of paper, journaling it. You can track your activity by using your cell phone, by using a smartwatch, a Fitbit, by using your computer. There are tons of different ways to track your activity. So that's 1 and 2. 3, how long you do it. That's going to help you to find out how many calories you're burning and your pace. So when we're talking about like exercise, like how long are you exercising? You're exercising for an hour, 30 minutes, etc. And then what is your pace? So how fast are you doing it? Remember, we talked about ideally the pace that we want to be following is we want to be able to talk, but we don't want to be going slow enough that we can sing. So based on that, that's going to help you to start to understand your pace. Also, depending on the type of exercise that you're doing or the way that you're tracking it, sometimes your trackers will automatically kind of help you to have an idea of your pace. Like you've traveled this far in this amount of time, and that would tell you your pace. Or if you're like running on a treadmill or something like that, it'll usually key you into that as well. Okay, so again, we have a nice story time. So we've heard from Theo. Theo was a father. He was told that he was pre-diabetic and that he needed to lose weight. He got active by interacting more with his kids. We heard from Sally. Sally was frustrated because she wasn't losing weight. And we found out that she wasn't losing weight because she wasn't actually tracking all the foods that she was eating. So she was actually including extra calories in on each meal. And then we also heard from Olga. Olga, super awesome, super inspirational. She started actually getting active and she started increasing her activity little by little until she was doing well over, the 150 minutes, the 21 minutes a day. She actually surpassed all of that. So now let's see what's up with Paul. So Paul is 47 years old and he weighs 240 pounds. He's at risk for type 2 diabetes. His doctor urges him to lose 40 pounds at a rate of 1 pound a week. Okay, so what does that mean? So he has to lose 40 pounds and his doctor said to lose 1 pound a week. So that means for 40 weeks, his only goal for each of those 40 weeks is going to be to lose 1 pound. Okay, so that's like harmless enough. 40 weeks, 1 pound. And then when you kind of think about that, each month usually has 4 weeks. So that's going to be about 10 months. So over 10 months, his goal is to lose 40 pounds. That's a little bit less than a year. Losing 1 to 2 pounds a week is a healthy goal for most adults, experts say. This gradual weight loss is the way to make lasting changes. So this is saying instead of you losing 40 pounds all at once, that it's much healthier for you to take time and over time you lose weight. To lose 1 pound a week, Paul needs to burn 3,500 more calories than he takes in each week. So that means if he's taking in, let's say, I'm just going to throw out crazy numbers. Let's say he's only taking in 1 calorie. So then that means you'd have to do 1 minus 3,500. Okay, so then I'd give you like a negative 3,499. So let's be more realistic now. So let's say he's eating 7,500 calories each week. So that's 7,500 each week. And he needs to burn 3,500 more calories than he takes in. So you would actually do 7,500 plus 3,500, and that's going to give you 11,000. And that's how much he would need to burn. Okay, so that's 500 calories per day that he needs to burn extra each week, 500 calories per day. So what are some ways that Paul could burn 500 more calories than he takes in each day? I want you to kind of like think about that and look at these pictures that we have here. Paul seems like a cool, lighthearted guy. So looks like a piece of pie maybe and a pineapple, okay? And then here he's holding some weights and having a good time. So what are some ways that you think that Paul could reach his goal? What could he do to burn more calories than he takes in each day? Specifically 500 more calories. How could he burn that? Think about it out loud, shout it out, talk to each other about it. Think about your own personal life. What are some ways that you feel like you could burn a few extra calories? and if you are unfamiliar with the concept, so burning calories is basically going to be in the form of exercise or movement. So remember, we talked about formal exercise classes, walking, jogging, weightlifting, also doing things around the house, cleaning, cooking, organizing things at home. That can also help to burn calories. So what are some ways that Paul could burn calories, and what are some ways that you could burn some extra calories? Okay, so our suggestions here are: one, he could take in 500 fewer calories per day by changing his eating habits. So I was talking a lot about the exercise, but it's true. He could also eat 500 less calories per day to change his eating habits. Do you remember some of those ways, especially when we're talking about Sally's story? Do you remember some of those ways that we were talking about lowering calories? Um, think about some of those things out loud, write them down, shout them out, think them in your head. I'll give you a little bit of time to reflect on that. What are ways that you could eat fewer calories? So there are a ton of ways, really. One of the big ways, the big concepts that we talked about was cooking more meals at home. That's going to help you to cut down on some calories. We talked about replacing sugary drinks. Instead, drinking things like unsweetened tea, drinking more water. We talked about replacing salad dressings, especially those creamy ones like ranch, Caesar salad dressing, honey mustard, things like that, replacing that for a low-fat salad dressing. When you're choosing your milk, instead of consuming like whole-fat milk, then maybe you'll drink like 2%, 1% skim milk, things like that. So those are all ways to kind of cut some of your calories. Also, if you start to reduce your portion sizes, that's also going to be another way that you can cut your calories. Okay, so that was the first thing. He ate. A suggestion is that he eats fewer than 500 fewer calories per day. Second option, he could burn 500 more calories per day by being more active. So that's what we were talking about. Through exercise, cleaning, moving around, walking around, getting more active with his kids, his grandkids, his nieces, his nephews, hanging out more with friends, participating in different hobbies. Those are all ways of doing that. The third option is he could cut 500 calories per day through a mixture of eating and activity. So that means that he is adjusting his diet, but he's also getting more active. And that's kind of, I would say that's kind of the ideal. So you want to do both. Depending, maybe your diet is already well balanced, so you feel like you need to focus more on the exercise. Maybe you're exercising enough and you feel like you need to focus more on the diet. But for most people, it's going to be that nice union between the way that you're eating and the way that you're exercising. Okay. Paul needs about 2,200 calories a day just to stay at the same weight. If he cuts 500 calories per day, that leaves him with 1,700 calories. That may not sound like a lot of calories to work with, but keep in mind, Paul can reach that goal through a mixture of eating and activity. So what that means is his target goal for calories each day is 1,700. So 1,700. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, well, one meal that I eat is already that many calories. So if you know that you're going to be eating food that is going to be over the calorie target goal that you have, then that's when you're going to add in exercise to start to burn some of those calories and bring your calorie number down. Okay? So what are daily calorie needs? Your daily calorie needs are the calories you need to maintain your weight. So that's the number of calories that are going to keep you at the same weight that you're at right now. This number is based on your age, your sex, your height, your build, and your weight. It doesn't take your activity level into account. So it's just looking at how old are you? Are you male, female? How tall are you? What's kind of your body type? And how much do you weigh? Okay, so now we're gonna dive in a bit more to Paul's story. So this says, let's see how Paul does on Sunday. First, he eats a 400-calorie breakfast. Then he takes a brisk walk. Remember, we talked about brisk before, so that's just a fast walk at a nice fast pace. He takes a fast walk and he burns 900 calories. All right, so let's look over here. This is a little table that's counting up all his calories. Remember, his needs are 2,200 calories a day, and his goal is 1,700 calories a day. Remember, needs just means how many calories do you need to stay at your current weight? But he wants to lose weight, so that's why the goal is lower. So right here, this 400, that's the breakfast that he had. And then when he did that fast walking, he burned 90. So that's calories out. So 400 calories in, 90 calories out. Later, he has a 200-calorie mid-morning snack. Here we are right here, 200 calories in. He has a 500-calorie lunch, 500 calories in. So breakfast is 400, his snack is 200, his lunch is 500. Later, he has a 100-calorie afternoon snack. So that's this 100 right here. Then he mows the lawn. So see, chores can help you to burn calories. He mows the lawn and burns 100 calories. Here we are up here. He has a 600-calorie dinner. That's this 600 here. Then he takes a longer brisk walk and burns 120 calories. Okay, so remember he did a brisk walk, a quick walk earlier in the day, and he only burned 90 calories. So then he did another quick walk, but he did it for longer this time. Remember we said one of the things that's going to help you to lose weight, that's going to help you to burn calories, is how long are you doing an activity, and at what pace. So he's not strolling slowly, he's walking quickly. And for him, that may be enough to get his blood pumping, his heart rate up. That might be moderate activity level for him. So we have 90 calories out, 100 calories out, 120 calories out. To figure out Paul's actual calories, we'll start with the calories he takes in. Then we'll subtract the calories he burns. So that means you would take this column, calories in. You have to first, they kind of jumped the gun a little bit. First, you have to add all these numbers up, okay? And they did it for us, so no need to sweat right now. So you add all these numbers up, and he took in a total of 2,000 calories, okay? And remember we said that for him to stay at the same weight, he would be taking in 2,200. So he's actually a little bit under already, so that's helpful. So that means that he's using his diet. And then we also saw that he's exercising, so he's using diet and exercise, alrighty? So 2,000. Then we add up this side, which is calories out. And again, they added it up for us. Woo, we can relax. So the number here is 310 calories out. So then now we do that next step of the math. So we do calories in, which was 2,000, minus calories out, which was 310. And that's gonna give us 1,690 calories. So Paul beat his goal. Remember the goal was 1,700 calories a day. So he beat his goal by 10 calories. So that means he lost, he burned the 500, but then he also burned an extra 10. So he burned 510. So Paul's doing great today. And he was still able to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and have snacks. So down here it says, these days, Paul is losing about 1 pound each week, which is the healthy thing that you should be aiming for, through a mixture of eating and activity. And he's halfway to his goal weight. So the important thing to really take away here is, again, the balance between the two. So you want to make sure that you're eating better, and then also making sure that you are active. And for your activity, you want to make sure that you're increasing your activity as you become stronger. Okay. So now we're going to talk about more ways to eat fewer calories. We got into this conversation before, but we're just going to go into it into more detail. So here are some ways to cut calories at each meal. Try these healthy swaps. So these are just like a series of suggestions. So I'll just read them out for you, and we'll dive into them. So for breakfast, top your cereal with low-fat or fat-free milk instead of 2% or whole milk. So the swap that you're doing there is you're going to use 1 cup of fat-free milk instead of 1 cup of whole milk, okay? And that's going to save you 63 calories already. So you still have your milk, you're just going to be changing from whole fat to fat-free. Then right here, the next option for breakfast, use a non-stick pan and cooking spray instead of butter to scramble or fry eggs. So in this case, the swap that we're doing is that we're using a cooking spray, or even you can also use an oil that's liquid at room temperature, instead of using butter. And along those same lines, instead of using margarine, butter, any of those things that are going to be solid, lard, any of those things that are going to be solid at room temperature. So instead, you want to use a cooking spray and a non-stick pan, and you can also use a liquid cooking oil, even something like canola oil, olive, grapeseed, all of those. And if you do that, then you're going to save 34 calories. And depending on the type of oil that you use, or if you even have to use any, then you may save more calories. Sometimes when you're cooking things like that in a pan, you don't have to use any oil. Alrighty, next option, choose reduced calorie margarine spread for toast rather than butter or stick margarine. So the healthy swap here is 2 pats of reduced calorie margarine instead of 2 pats butter. By pats, I'm assuming that it's talking about if you have your knife. So 1 pat would be applying the butter like that, and then that's going to be 2 pats. So basically you put 2 strokes of butter onto the bread. So if you use low calorie margarine instead of regular butter, then you're going to save 36 calories. Alrighty, so now we're going to move into lunch. So for lunch, the first suggestion is add more vegetables such as cucumbers, lettuce, tomato, and onions to a sandwich instead of extra meat or cheese. Okay, so the healthy swap, 2 tomato slices, 1/4 cup sliced cucumbers, and 2 onion slices instead of 3/4 ounces of cheese and 1 ounce ham. Remember, for these different measurements too, a couple weeks back, we went through easy ways to measure out food items, just like using your hand, knowing this would be about a cup, you know, this would be half a cup, all that kind of stuff. So if you need to go back and look at the video from a few weeks ago, or if you need to go back in your packet and look at those pages, feel free to do that. So then you can easily start thinking about, okay, this is how much of this food I'm eating, this is how much of that food I'm eating, and I can reduce it in this way. Alrighty, So if you swap in the tomatoes, the cucumbers, and the onions instead of adding in cheese and ham, then you're gonna save a lot of calories. You're gonna save 154 calories. And you can also do that with other vegetables or fruits as well. Next, pair a sandwich with fruit instead of chips or French fries. So a half cup diced raw pineapple instead of 1 ounce potato chips. You're gonna save 118 calories if you eat some pineapple instead of eating some potato chips. Next option, choose vegetable-based broth soups rather than cream or meat-based soups. So 1 cup vegetable soup instead of 1 cup cream of chicken soup is gonna save you 45 calories. And so that's even true if you're cooking at home. If you have different broths or bases, instead of choosing like a cream-based broth, you could choose a vegetable-based broth to cook with as well, and that will help to save you on calories. When you're shopping in the store as well, or if you're ordering online, you can read the nutrition labels and you can see which one has more calories, and then you can start making your decisions based on that. When eating a salad, dip your fork in salad dressing instead of pouring lots of dressing on your salad. And then, so for that swap, that's half a tablespoon regular ranch dressing instead of 2 tablespoons regular ranch dressing. And that's gonna save you a lot again. That's gonna save you 109 calories. So basically for that suggestion, instead of pouring like this, you would dip your fork, or you could use a small spoon. You dip that into the salad dressing and then you just like lightly drizzle it on top. Like, you know, at super fancy restaurants, or like when you see all those cooking shows on TV, how they like to do light drizzles on top of the meat or the cake or whatever. So you're gonna do a fancy little drizzle on top of your salad. So make yourself feel fancy, make it feel like you're at the highest class restaurant in the world, and do that nice little drizzle on top. And that's gonna save you a lot of calories, even if you're still eating like a ranch, Caesar, and all those cream-based dressings. If you can at least limit how much you're using on your salad, then that can help you to save on some calories. Next suggestion, and the last one for lunch: when eating out, swap a salad for French fries or chips as a side dish. So a side salad with a packet of low-fat vinaigrette instead of a medium order of French fries will save you the most that we've seen so far. That's gonna save you 270 calories. So again, get a little side salad with low-fat vinaigrette salad dressing, and that's gonna save you 270 calories instead of getting a medium fry. And that's even a medium. So imagine if you normally get a large fry, and then you go from a large fry to eating salad, you're gonna save over 270 calories. You're probably gonna save 300 something calories, which is huge. Alrighty, so now we're gonna work our way into dinner. So for dinner, the first suggestion is have vegetables steamed or grilled instead of fried in butter or oil. Try lemon juice and herbs to flavor the vegetables. You can use nonstick pans. So the healthy swap: half a cup steamed broccoli instead of half a cup broccoli fried in a half tablespoon vegetable oil. And that's gonna save you 62 calories. Another nice option, if you're concerned about flavor, like they said, use lemon oil, use different herbs. You can start kind of experimenting and creating your own blends of flavor as well. Especially with vegetables, you can do like different stir fries and things like that too. So that way you don't have to feel like you're only ever steaming and like you're not getting enough flavor. So it's very important to just have some fun with it. Take a chance, experiment with some seasonings. Everybody has some kind of seasoning in their house that they barely use. So maybe try that one out, mix it with something else that you know you like, and then start to kind of build new things. Like, we're in 2020, new day, new age. Let's take some risks. Let's try some new combinations. Let's try some new foods. And that's the only way you're going to know what you really like and what you don't like. Nobody has seen everything, so there's always going to be something left for you to still try and have fun with. Next option, change recipes to reduce the amount of fat and calories. For example, when making lasagna, use part skim ricotta cheese instead of whole milk ricotta cheese. Substitute shredded vegetables such as carrots, zucchini, and spinach for some of the ground meat in lasagna. So for this healthy swap, 1 cup of skim ricotta cheese instead of 1 cup of whole milk ricotta cheese is going to save you 89 calories. And then, I mean, when you factor in adding in more vegetables and taking out some of the ground beef, then that's going to take you up way higher. And that's one of the things that I think is one of the easiest places to start. So you don't have to totally change every single thing about your diet, but start, you know, incorporating in, start eating more vegetables and fruits, add them to things that you already like. Like if you like to eat pasta, you can add in some mushrooms, you can add in some spinach. If you normally like to eat, let's say, baked chicken, to that baked chicken, then you can also cut up some peppers, add some carrots, add some Brussels sprouts, things that go along with it. So that way you're still able to enjoy what you're eating, but you're also making it a little bit healthier. And when you start to do that, you're going to start to get comfortable and start to feel how good your body feels actually consuming these things. And so like they said here too, a super easy thing, if you're using cheese or something like that already, then just try to switch to a version that's going to be a lower amount of fat. Okay, next, when you eat out, get a side dish instead of a main course. So for that healthy swap, 1/4 cup pasta with tomato sauce instead of 1 cup pasta with tomato sauce, you're gonna save 138 calories. So the idea there is really portion control. So if you order a side dish instead of a main course, the amount that you get of it is gonna be smaller, okay? And so that's going to automatically have you eating less and saving on a few calories there. And you can also put different side dishes together. Like you could put different vegetable side dishes together and make a whole meal out of it. And the last suggestion for dinner is top pizza with veggies and just a light sprinkling of cheese instead of fatty meats. So what does that mean? So instead of ordering like the supreme meat deep dish pizza, whatever it's called at your favorite pizza spot, then order a pizza that has a vegetable topping. So there are pizzas with mushrooms, olives, bell peppers, onions, spinach, tomatoes. There are all types of different options out there, really. So try to incorporate something like that. Now, if you're just hardcore, you're like, no way I can leave my meat. So instead of doing an option that's completely vegetable based, then you can have like one meat and then some vegetables. So at least, you know, pair them up together instead of just having, let's say, like a pepperoni and sausage or like a bacon pepperoni and sausage. You see the difference? So you want to start to kind of make it a little bit more balanced. And for everything that you're eating, just think about ways that you can work in adding more vegetables. So for the healthy swap there, 1 slice of cheese pizza instead of 1 slice of a meat and cheese pizza, you're going to save at least 60 calories. And again, depending on what kind of pizza you normally eat, you could be saving way more than that. Alrighty, now we're going to talk about snacks. So ways to eat fewer calories, snacks. So the first suggestion here is choose air popped popcorn instead of oil popped popcorn. and dry roasted instead of oil roasted nuts, okay? So for that healthy swap, 3 cups of Air Pops popcorn instead of 3 cups of Oil Pops popcorn. That's gonna save you 73 calories. Next suggestion here, avoid the vending machine. Pack your own healthy snacks to bring to work or to school or wherever you like to hang out. Some options are veggie sticks, fresh fruit, low-fat or non-fat yogurt without any sugar added, or a small handful of dry roasted nuts. For that healthy swap, 8 ounces of sugar-free, non-fat yogurt instead of a package of 6 peanut butter crackers. Calories saved, 82. Another thing too, if you're bringing veggie sticks or if you're doing like fruit slices or something like that, adding some peanut butter to that is gonna be really nice, like apple slices with peanut butter, carrots with peanut butter, celery with peanut butter, bell pepper with peanut butter. Some people also like things like hummus, or if you have, let's say, like tuna fish or a little tuna salad, you could pack a little bit of that and then also eat that with veggie sticks as well. So there are lots of options. Next suggestion here is choose sparkling water instead of sweetened or alcoholic drinks. And again, that's like a preference thing. So you don't have to drink sparkling water. Some people like sparkling water. Some people don't like sparkling water. You can drink regular water. Instead of drinking sweetened or alcoholic drinks. What you can also do too, if water is too plain for you, then like we talked about before, you can infuse it. Like you can put a little bit of lemon juice in there. If you have another juice that you really love, you can dilute it. So you can put like this much juice to about this much water, okay? Not the other way around, because I know if I say that, then you're gonna be like, okay, I'd like this much juice. Lisa told me I can have this much juice and this much water. So no, this much juice and this much water, okay? But the idea is really to move towards drinking water. The best place to start really is if you drink soda now, try to start limiting soda and replacing that with other options. And again, we also talked about drinking teas, preferably unsweetened teas. If you are gonna sweeten it, you should use agave, A-G-A-V-E, agave. So when we do this healthy swap, a bottle of sparkling water instead of 12 ounces of regular soda, that's gonna save you a lot of calories. Look at that, 136 calories, okay? Then down here, instead of cookies or other sweet snacks, have fruit for a snack. So 1 large orange instead of 3 chocolate sandwich cookies. That's gonna be 54 calories, alrighty? So rethink your drink. Before we dive into this, I want to actually just give you a little bit of time to kind of think about what we just talked about, because I know we just went through a lot. We went through breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. We went through different options that you can substitute out to eat healthier. So I'm gonna just kind of pause on each page so you can look at it for a bit and think about it. And I want you to, again, write these things down, think them in your head, think them out loud, but I think writing is helpful. If you are struggling with writing, you can record it, or you can have somebody else to help you write it down, or you can call us at the Resource Center and we can help you to write it down as well. But think about these suggestions that we just went through and think about the things that you usually eat or drink now, and which of these suggestions could help you to lose weight and to get closer to your goal. Alrighty, because that's the most important part. So these are just general suggestions, and then you have to make it relevant to your life. So I'm going to give you some time to sit with this. I'll just briefly highlight things as I'm giving you that time to work through it. but I want you to really take the time to make it personal to your life. So for breakfast, the big takeaways are kind of dairy products, really. So choose low-fat milk, choose cooking sprays instead of butter, choose low-calorie margarine instead of butter. Those are the big takeaways for breakfast. Now, focusing on lunch. The big takeaways here are choose side options that are plant-based. So meaning vegetables or fruit side options. So remember we talked about eat some pineapple instead of eating potato chips. Choose vegetable soup and vegetable broth instead of cream of chicken. Substitute in different vegetables on your sandwiches instead of eating extra cheese and meat. And then when you have salad dressing, you want to do a light, fancy, pinky up drizzle on top instead of just dumping dressing all over your salad. For dinner, I'll give you some time to reflect on that. So here we see some of the same takeaways. Like for the cheese, we want to choose the low-fat cheese. For vegetables, we want to try to steam vegetables or cook them in ways where we're not frying them in oil. We want to work on our portion control. So eat side dishes, eat smaller portions. So then that way that's going to help you to cut down on your calories. And then again, incorporate in, just meaning bring in, eat more vegetables and fruits. So, you know, you can still eat meals that you like, but try to find ways to make them a little bit healthier. If you're not sure how to do that, again, we're here to answer any questions that you might have. You can also just go online and you can search it up. You can type in like your favorite recipe. Let's say we talked about lasagna. So let's say you love lasagna. You type in lasagna with turkey. Turkey would be a better option than ground beef. So you can type in lasagna with turkey recipe. You'll get a recipe for that. You could type in lasagna with no meat. Let's say you wanted to do that. A vegetable lasagna recipe. Type that in, search that up, and there will be plenty of recipes for you to try. So there are really, you know, almost no limits to that. So you can still eat foods that you enjoy eating. You just have to find healthier ways to prepare them. Sometimes too, just to kind of forewarn you, sometimes when you make those types of substitutions, you'll also want to adjust some of the ways that you season the food, etc., to make sure that you're still getting the nice, rich flavor that you want. So just be mindful. Sometimes you don't have to make any adjustment, and then sometimes you just might have to tweak the way that you cook just a little bit, but it's definitely worth it. And then I'll pause here on this snack page for you to think about before I recap. Alrighty, so the big takeaway here is again, trying to eat more fruits, more vegetables, especially instead of sugary desserts and snacks like cookies. So the example that we got was eating an orange. If you're gonna do something like yogurt, go for a sugar-free non-fat option. For the popcorn, try air popped instead of popcorn that's oil popped, fried in oil. And then again, the drinks. The drinks are very important, and we're about to dive into a lot about how to choose better drinks. But instead of drinking soda, then they suggest drinking sparkling water. And I also said you can drink, regular water, you can drink infused water, and you can drink very diluted juices. So this much juice to this much water, okay? This much juice, the small one is the juice, to this much water. Okay. Cool. So again, I'll give you a few minutes to collect yourself, write down any last minute notes that you want to take, especially if it's about that juice. This much juice to this much water. Write down any last minute notes, and then we're gonna dive into rethinking your drinks. Alrighty. So right here it says, one way to cut calories is to think about what you drink. Drinks don't fill you up the way food does. And as you can see below, calories from drinks can really add up. But here's the good news. If you replace drinks that are high in calories with drinks that have low or no calories, you can save 641 calories a day. Remember our friend Paul? So his goal was to lose 500 calories a day. And we just read now, just by changing your drinks, you can lose up to 641 calories a day. So that's huge. That can be enough to get you to your goal. It can be enough to get you past your goal just by what you're drinking. So now we're going to start to compare different types of drinks, okay? So the first one that we're going to start off with is a medium cafe latte. So that's 16 ounces made with whole milk. So that's 265 calories. So instead of that, then you could try a small cafe latte, which is 12 ounces, made with fat-free milk. That's only going to be 125 calories. So the only difference here is instead of medium, so let's say medium was this big, so that was 16 ounces, then we switched to a small. And then the second switch was from whole milk to fat-free milk, and that saved 140 calories, okay? So you still are getting the drink that you wanted, you just did it a little bit smaller, and then you just changed the milk, okay? And most places you go, like if you usually buy your coffees out, a lot of places will be able to switch milks for you. They even have plant-based milks, almond milk, soy milk, all that kind of stuff as well, which will usually be, it might be lower calories depending on the brand. And then if you're making it at home, then you can control what kind of milk or sweeteners or anything like that you're using. Okay, the next example. So a 20-ounce bottle of regular cola, that is 227 calories. And then, so instead of that, if you try a bottle of water or a bottle of sparkling water, 0 calories. So that means that you just saved 227 calories just from choosing, and this is just one meal, just one time, one option, choosing to drink water instead of drinking cola. You saved 227 calories. Amazing. Next option here, sweetened iced tea from the vending machine, again, 16 ounces, and that's going to be 180 calories. Water with a slice of lemon or lime is going to be 0 calories. So again, you've saved it all. So you saved 180 calories. Beautiful. And the last suggestion they have here, a glass of regular ginger ale, 12 ounces. So you know that general ginger ale kind of brand that you see in most stores, in the cans and in the big bottles. So a glass of ginger ale, 12 ounces, that's going to be 124 calories. So a suggestion is that you try sparkling water with a splash of 100% fruit juice. Remember what I said, a splash? That's what I'm talking about now. This much juice, this much water. So sparkling water with a splash of fruit juice, or you can do regular water with a little bit of fruit juice. 100% fruit juice. If you have the choice, go with 100% juice, real juice, instead of doing a juice from concentrate. So usually if you have the chance, if you're able to buy juices from the produce section, you know, of the store where all the fruits and vegetables are, that juice that they keep in the little refrigerator next to all the fruits and vegetables, that's usually going to be like a pure juice. There are different options there, but they'll usually have juices that are fresher there, instead of the juices that are way out of that section, non-refrigerated or anything like that. So usually, like if you have the option to buy a juice that is refrigerated at the grocery store, that's going to be a better option for you. But remember, we learned how to read those labels, so you can read the labels for any of the juices that you're thinking about, and then you can decide from there. You have to monitor your juices, because some companies will add a lot of sugar. So there might be a lot of sugar or extra calories like that that shouldn't normally be there. So just make sure that you're looking at that before you're buying anything. But anyways, so that sparkling water with a splash of juice is going to be 30 calories. And so that's going to save you 94 calories. So then let's add up these totals. Again, they did it for us. Awesome. So for the medium coffee, the cola, the sweet tea, and the ginger ale, that's going to be a total of 796 calories. Sheesh. And then when we look at the fixes, the changes that we made, so the small cup of coffee, the bottled water, the water with lime, and the water with a little bit of juice, then that's only going to be 155 calories. So again, we saved 649 calories. Amazing. Another way to cut calories is to think about how much you drink. This chart shows the calories in a variety of drinks from highest to lowest. For high calorie drinks, size really matters. So that's just saying if your drink already has a lot of calories in it, then you want to drink less of it than if it, so less of it like this as compared to drinking this much of it if it's already high in calories. Okay, so we're gonna quickly go through this list with these different breakdowns of calories. So we have fruit punch, 20 ounces is gonna be 320 calories. 12 ounces is 192 calories, so that's like almost half. And then you're saving 128 calories. 100% apple juice, 20 ounces is 300 calories, 12 ounces is 180, you save 120 calories. Orange juice, calories for 20 ounces is 280, and for 12 ounces is 168, you save 112. The same exact thing applies for lemonade. So we're seeing for all of these, when they're already high in calories, but when you're drinking a lower size of it, then you're gonna save a lot of calories. Regular lemon or lime soda, calories for 20 ounces, 247, and then calories for 12 ounces is 148, so you save 99 calories. Regular cola, 20 ounces, you're gonna have 227 calories, and in 12 ounces, you're gonna have 136 calories, so you save 91 calories. For sweet lemonade, iced tea, bottled, not homemade, it's gonna be about 225 calories in the 20-ounce bottle, and for the 12-ounce bottle, it's gonna be 135 calories, so you're saving 90. For tonic water, 20 ounces, it's gonna be 207 calories, and for the 12 ounces, it's gonna be 124 calories, so you're gonna save 83. Regular ginger ale, 207 for the 20-ounce bottle. For the 12-ounce bottle, it's gonna be 124, and you're gonna save 83 calories. Sports drinks, 20 ounces, it's gonna be 165 calories. 12 ounces, 99, calories saved, 66. Unsweetened, fitness drink, 20 ounces, it's gonna be 36 calories, 12 ounces, 18 calories, calories saved, 18. Then we come down here, unsweetened iced tea, 3 calories for the 20 ounces, 12 ounces is 2 calories, 1 calorie is saved. And then for unsweetened sparkling water and regular water, 0 calories all across the board. So you can see, like, starting with the fruit punch, if you compare that, which was 320 calories for the 20 ounces, to water, that's a huge difference. That's 320 calories difference. Same thing with the apple juice, the orange juice, 300, 280. Comparing all of that to water and even unsweetened tea, it's not even a competition. Okay, so milk contains vitamins, minerals, and protein, but it also contains calories. We've discussed this in a few different ways, talking about how to reduce different dairy products, cheese, milk, yogurt, butter, all that kind of stuff. So it's important to choose low-fat or fat-free milk to help you to cut down on your calories, but still get the things that your body needs. So now we're going to look at the different types of milk and the calories that each type of milk has for each 8 ounces. Alrighty, so for whole chocolate milk, that's going to be 208 ounces. For 2% chocolate milk, that's going to be 190 calories. Sorry if I said 208 ounces, I meant to say 208 calories for whole chocolate milk. Then 2%. Remember when we talked about the percentages? So whole is going to have like 100% of the fat that milk would normally have. 2% is going to have 2% of the fat milk would normally have. 1%, same thing, 1% of the fat that milk would normally have. So that's way less fat than 100%. So for chocolate milk, 2%, for 8 ounces, you're going to have 190 calories. Chocolate milk, 1%, you're gonna have 158 calories. Plain whole milk, 150 calories. So you see that's still less than all of the chocolate milks. Plain whole milk, that's 2% milk, you're gonna have 120 calories. Plain milk, 1% milk, 105 calories. And then plain milk that's completely fat-free, it's gonna be 90 calories. So compare that chocolate whole milk, which was 208 calories, to that plain fat-free milk, which is only 90. So the chocolate milk is more than twice as many calories as the plain fat-free milk. So experts say it's healthy to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Most people need to cut roughly 500 calories a day to lose 1 pound per week. Cutting the calories in your drinks can help you reach this goal. And that's so important because if you can still exercise, eat the foods that you like to eat, and just make huge changes with the drinks that you're choosing, then that's going to allow you to still really enjoy this experience. So really look at the drinks that you normally choose and start to see different ways that you're able to switch things out. And that's going to help you to really reach your weight goal a lot quicker, especially, like I said, because I know many of you have been concerned with exercise and how to get more active, either from work or arthritis or different things like that. So you want to at least really look at the things that you're eating and the things that you're drinking so that you can make sure that you're working on that. And then hopefully you can start to add in types of exercise that work for you and your condition. Alrighty, so we're going to transition here. Better drink choices made easy. Use nutrition facts wisely. Here's the nutrition facts label on a 20-ounce bottle of soda. It says that 1 serving is 8 ounces. It tells you that there are 2.5 servings in the bottle, and it lists the calories in one serving. Remember, we went through this. So on the nutrition label, everything is going to be based off of one serving. So you have to pay attention and see how many servings are in this container. So in this bottle of soda, there are 2.5 servings. So that means for these calories, it's not going to be 100 if you drink the entire bottle. And that's something that you have to pay attention to, because if you think you're only drinking 100 calories and you finish the whole bottle, then that means that you're going to be doing what Sally was doing and your numbers aren't going to add up. So if you drink the full bottle, then that means that you're actually going to be taking in 250 calories, not 100, but 250 calories. To figure out the calories in the whole bottle, multiply the calories in one serving by the number of servings in the bottle. So 100 times 2.5, or 2.5. If you were to drink the whole bottle, you would take in 250 calories. That's what we just said, right? Okay. Calories on the go. Coffee drinks and smoothies may sound healthy, but the calories in some of your favorite items may surprise you. Check the website or ask to see the nutrition facts. And when a coffee or smoothie craving kicks in, try these tips. At the coffee shop, ask for your drink to be made with skim milk instead of whole milk. Remember, we talked about that. So you still get the coffee you want, but just ask for them to change the milk, skim milk instead of whole milk. You can also ask for plant-based milks, like I said before, almond milk, soy milk, macadamia nut milk, oat milk. They have all kinds of plant milks. Order the smallest size that you can get. So if you normally get a large, extra large, super, super extra large, try taking it down to the smallest size that you can get. Hold the extra flavors. So you can still have flavors that taste good, that you know what they are. So for example, especially when you're at home or if you go to a good shop where you know they're using good ingredients, you could add, vanilla extract without adding any sugar. But usually at a lot of coffee shops, they'll just add a syrup. And that syrup is going to have a bunch of sugar and a lot of extra calories. So maybe have them take out the syrup. Don't add the syrup to your coffee. Skip the whip. So skip the whipped cream. The whipped cream on top of coffee adds a lot of calories and a lot of fat. If you are stuck on the whip, again, some places may have a plant-based alternative to the whip that may be a little bit lower calorie, but you should try to limit the whipped cream if you can. And then order a plain cup of coffee with skim milk, or even drink your coffee black. And then better choices made easy. So now we're going to talk about smoothies. So at the smoothie stand, order a child size if you can get it. So again, that's getting the smallest size that you can order. Pick the smoothie with the least amount of calories. Again, if they don't have this information out, then you can ask them to see the nutrition label. Even if you're at McDonald's, if you're at Jamba Juice, no matter where you are, you can ask them to see the label. Ask for your smoothie to be made without added sugar. Fruit is naturally sweet. So at a lot of smoothie shops, they will add in sugar, they may add in syrups, they may add in all those types of things. So just tell them that you don't want any sugar added, and that will help you to save on a lot of calories. Better drink choices. Here are some ideas for healthy drinks. We talked about this. It's my favorite thing for this session. What am I about to say? So add a splash of juice to some plain sparkling water or just some plain water. This much juice, this much water. Carry a water bottle with you and refill it all day long. That's going to be good for like overall health. Like I've talked to you about before, water is important. We need water to survive. You have to drink water, okay? So if you start carrying a bottle around with you and you refill it all day and you start drinking more water, you're gonna notice a difference in how your skin looks and your energy, how your hair is looking, how clear your eyes are. You're gonna notice a lot of differences. And that's also going to help your body to cleanse and detox. Drink tea or coffee without sugar. Enjoy them hot and cold. Flavor water with no calorie drink mix. They do sell things like that. And again, you can also just add things to them, which I'm about to get into. Have fun with water. Add slices of lemon, lime, cucumber, watermelon, different things that allow you to experiment. Whatever your favorite fruits are, go ahead and add them and try that out. Keep a pitcher of water in the fridge or add ice to the water. Put your pitcher of water on table during meals. So that's going to encourage you and your family to drink more water too. When you do get drinks that contain sugar, choose the smallest size that you can, okay? And then we're going to leave off here. Ways to burn calories. How many calories does activity burn? This chart shows you about how many calories a person who weighs 154 pounds would burn at a moderate pace. So remember the things that we said go into burning calories. So how old are you? What's your sex, male, female? How tall are you? What is your body build? How much do you currently weigh? So this is based off somebody who weighs 154 pounds and exercises at a moderate pace. Remember, moderate means that you can still talk, but you're unable to sing, but you can still talk. So these are the different activities here. Hiking, 1 hour hike is gonna burn 370 calories. 30-minute hike will burn 185. Gardening will burn 330 for an hour. For 30 minutes, it'll burn 165. Dancing is the same as gardening, depending on how you're dancing, because some dancing can get you more than that. So dancing for about an hour will be 330, and then for 30 minutes, it'll be 165. Golfing is similar to gardening and dancing. Bicycling for an hour will burn 290 calories, and for 30 minutes, it will burn 145. Walking for an hour will burn 280, and in 30 minutes, it'll burn 140. Weight training, so a general light kind of workout with some weights, strength training, that's going to burn 220 calories in 1 hour and 110 calories in 30 minutes. And then stretching, which is awesome. Remember last time I talked about an easy way to start getting active is actually to start with stretching. And an hour worth of stretching will burn 180 calories. And for 30 minutes worth of stretching, that will burn 90 calories. So again, I want you to really reflect on everything that we've touched on this week. We touched on a whole lot of things. But the most important thing to understand is that you can still enjoy what you're eating, enjoy what you're drinking, enjoy how you're getting active. But when it comes to what you're eating and drinking, you want to try to add in healthy substitutes. Okay, so keep the flavor, but make it a little bit healthier. For exercise, the most important thing is to start. Like we talked about last time, even if you're just starting with stretching or you're just doing something, even if you just have to do this for a few minutes a day, do that, okay? Start wherever you are. Make sure that you make it personal. And I wanna know how you're doing. So definitely reach out to us. Let us know if you need any help, if you need any support, if you're not sure what to do next. We're here for you to help. And I'm more than willing to answer any questions or to give you more information on any topics. For most of these things, again, if you're interested in trying new recipes or if you want more, if you're curious about some of these things that were talked about, you can search them up. And you may also be able to find different videos. And when it comes to burning calories, if you're interested in any of these things that they listed here, the hiking, the golfing, all that kind of stuff, again, you can search that up in your area. If you want more exercise videos from me, let us know. And we will post more. And you should also be able to find plenty of videos online as well to help you with your journey. So, sending you off into this next week strong and knowledgeable, and I'm excited for your growth and your journey and excited to hear back from you next week. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.